Good morning, 7th class students. So in our previous class, we started the Civics chapter, our Constitution of India. So that chapter was not completed. So today we are going to start the second part of this chapter, that is the fundamental rights and duties. So let's start with this topic, our fundamental rights and duties which are included in our Constitution. Right to equality, it's in Article 14 to 18. So number 1, every citizen is equal before the law of the country. That is, all the people living in India, they are equal. All citizens of India, irrespective of their caste, religion, class or status, shall enjoy equal opportunities in respect of education and employment. That is, all the people, those who are the part of India or those who are the citizen of India, they belongs to any of the caste or any of the religion or any of the status. All of them, they are having equal opportunities that they can get the education and they can get the employment. No citizen shall, on ground of race or caste, be denied to public places, that is shop, temples, ghats, markets, etc. That is, that no citizen, nobody is denied or is you can say that they are allowed to go to any shop, to temples, to ghats, to market, irrespective of their caste or their race. Practice of untouchability is abolished and its practice in any form is prohibited. So nowadays untouchability is not there, but in the olden times this was a great you can say evil which was prevailing in the country, that people, they were not touching to the lower class people. So that practice is strictly prohibited under the right of equality. Titles such as Rai Bahadur etc. should not be conferred by the state. Now these kind of titles, they will not be given to anyone. So this was the right to equality, that was in the Article 14 to 18. Now come to the second one, right to freedom, that is Article 19 to 22. The right to freedom include the following, these 6 freedoms: freedom of speech and expression, that whatever you want to speak, whatever you want to express, you can easily, you are having a freedom to express that. Freedom of assemble peacefully without any arms. This is another freedom, that you can assemble in any of the place but without arms. Arms means without weapon. Freedom to form association or unions, you can form the associations, groups or unions etc. for the welfare. Freedom to move freely in any part of India, you can move to any part of India anytime. Freedom to reside or settle down in any part, you are having a full freedom that you can settle in any part of the country or you can move to any of the country. So these all 6 rights, they are coming under the right to freedom. So freedom to practice any profession or carry on any occupation, trade or business, this is also your one freedom, that whatever you want to do, whatever you want to take, any of the say any of the occupation, you want to become a teacher, you want to become a businessman, you want to become a doctor, anything, whatever you want to become. So that is a freedom given to you people. Third point, right against exploitation, that is Article 23 and 24. The Constitution does not allow bonded labor or beggar without wages. Exploitation, that Constitution will not allow that you can make any person a beggar. The law protect the children below 14 underline 14 year of age from being employed in hazardous jobs that might have an adverse effect on their future growth. So these the places, the jobs which are not safe for the children, especially below 14. If anybody is keeping any child or for that particular work, so that should be prohibited, that action can be taken against that. Now next, it is a right to freedom or for religion, Article 25 to 28. So the Constitution granted the people of India to profess, propagate and practice a religion of their choice. So any religion they can choose. They have the freedom to manage religious and charitable institution of their own. They can run their institutions, religious institutions, etc. Then next it is a cultural and educational rights, that is in 29 to 30. The constitution allow every community to preserve their language and culture. Religious or linguistic minorities have the right to establish their own educational institution to preserve and develop their own culture. So in order to preserve their culture, any community, or if they want to preserve their language and culture, so they can open any of the education institution so that they can preserve their culture. Right to constitutional remedy under next point is the right to constitutional remedy under Article 32. This right implies that citizens are entitled to move law courts to safeguard their fundamental rights, and these two courts, they are the High Courts and the Supreme Court. These are the two courts where we can approach these courts, and these courts, they can issue writs, and these writs, through these writs, the things can be solved, the rights can be given to the individual. So this right is also called, underline, the heart and soul of Indian Constitution. Now the next, it is the right to education. Article 21A, underline Article 21A, added as a new article by the Constitution 86 Amendment Act, provide free and compulsory education for all the children at the age of 6 to 14 years. So between the age of 6 to 14 year, all the children, they will be given the free education, and that is very, very important. If anybody is found not giving the education to the children, so a strict action can be taken by the court. But okay, the fundamental duties. So fundamental duties along with the rights, there are certain duties also which are which will work according to the or along with the fundamental rights. Now first fundamental duty, to abide by the Constitution and respect his ideals and institutions, the national flag, the national anthem. So it's our duty to respect our flag, to respect our anthem. Then to follow the noble ideas which are given in the which are given in the Constitution. Then to protect the sovereignty, unity and integrity of India. Then to defend the country and render national services when called upon. So whenever country requires our services, so we should always render our services to the country. To promote harmony and the spirit of brotherhood among all the people of India, that is another our duty. To value and preserve the rich heritage of our composite culture. Composite culture means the combination of two culture. Our culture is the Indo-Islamic culture. These things, composite culture, we will study when we will come in the 9th class. To protect and improve the national environment, our forest, our lakes, our rivers, wildlife, all these things are to be protected by human beings. To develop the scientific temper, then spirit of inquiry and reform, to safeguard public property and to avoid violence, to strive towards excellence in all spheres of individual and collective activities. And then the last duty, a parent guardian should provide opportunities for education to their children between the age of 6 to 14. So these are some of the duties which will work or which will go along with our rights. So these rights and duties, one thing children, rights and duties, they are not in your syllabus, but for your information we have done these rights as well as the duties. So now come to the back exercises. So the first tick mark, who among the following represent the Anglo-Indians? So underline the B part, Frank Anthony. When was the Constitution adopted? 26 January 1950. Third, which of the following is not an objective of the Constitution? C part, preamble. Then fourth, who was the chairman of the Constituent Assembly? Dr. Rajendra Prasad. Fifth, it is a sovereign. Again, question part 1, Frank Anthony. 2, 26 January 1950. Third, preamble. Fourth, Dr. Rajendra Prasad. Fifth, sovereign. Now come to the fill-ups. Dr. B.R. Ambedkar was the chairman of drafting. Second, on 29th August 1947, Third, the Constituent Assembly took about 2 years, 11 months and 18 days. Fourth, the preamble is an introduction. Fifth, the constitution came into the force in the year 1950. So they are asking for the year only. So therefore 1950. So column A to B, Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, first Prime Minister of India, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, Chairman of the Drafting Committee, Frank Anthony, representative of the Anglo-Indian community, then Dr. H.P. Modi, representative of the Parsis, then a state where the government is run by the elected members of the people, democratic. So 5, 1, 4, 3, 2. Now true and false. Constitution is the supreme law of the land. True. Before independence, our country was governed according to our constitution. False. In India, all religions are equally respected. True. Election to the parliament and the state legislatures. True. Dr. H.P. Modi represent the scheduled caste. False. So, first one is true, second one is false, third, fourth, both are true, last one, it is false. So students, we will do only up to true and false. In our next class, we will start the question answers.